Hi guys, my name is. Oh, I really don't like. Why is this so hard? Oh my gosh. Hello everyone who's watching this, which is probably going to be 3 people, but welcome anyways. My name is Grace and I am a pre-nursing student. This is my first year being in a college, and I just thought it would be beneficial to share some of my experiences and kind of document what I'm going through and maybe give some helpful advice. I know that there are some nursing YouTubers out there who have given me some really good advice, and I always enjoy watching them, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to jump on the bandwagon and see how it goes. So I have a couple ideas of things I'm going to talk about, and not quite sure what exactly I'll get to today, but I finally have some downtime, so we're just gonna see how it rolls. So I'm at spring break of my freshman year, and I think this would be an okay time to talk about my college journey so far. Talk about maybe how I manage prerequisites and all that. It's very different than high school. Very different than what I would expect it to be, but I think I've done all right so far. You know, always has its ups and downs, but I think I have some key things I might want to share for any prospective nursing students out there. So first thing I should say about my college journey is it started back my sophomore year of high school. Not even just thinking about careers I wanted to do, but also thinking about the classes that I could take and the ones that would transition into credits later in college. So that's definitely one thing that you should look at when you're thinking of colleges, and this goes for any major, not just nursing. So the one thing I found most beneficial was taking those concurrent enrollment classes, not just AP, but the community college courses if you can, or any kind of pairing that you have with a local university or something like that. Very helpful. I think especially if you're planning on going in-state, those ones will transfer, and I think they're worth more of your time. In my experience, those compared to AP classes have been more college-paced, and it gave me a little more of that experience than an AP course would. On the other hand, AP courses, specifically AP English, really helps me in my elective classes such as sociology and psychology, where I am writing a lot more, or my English class that I'm taking right now. It's given me the experience to kind of word vomit quickly and organized, so I think that one was very helpful. Speaking along the lines of AP classes, if you're wanting to be a nursing major, I highly recommend that you take AP Bio and AP Chem. I only took AP Bio, and although it was helpful, I could have gotten out of a semester of chemistry if I would have taken AP Chem. I was just really afraid of it in high school, but it's not that scary. If you just make sure you put in the time, get the help you need, practice, I don't think it should be that difficult, and I think it'll benefit you a lot more in the future. So that's one thing looking back I wish I would have done coming into college. So AP Bio definitely helped launch me into anatomy and physiology. That class is a lot of work, and if I didn't have that foundation of AP Bio, just on the basic cellular level even kind of stuff, it would be hard to build off of that. For example, we just had one of our last exam was over the immune system, and in AP Bio we had a whole unit over the immune system, and without knowing oh yeah, basophils and histamine, without knowing something little like that, without those little connections, it would have been harder to see the bigger picture. It would have taken me longer to realize certain things like that. So it's good to make sure that you have a firm basic foundation. You've taken AP Bio, or you've taken some other kind of bio course, college level. I don't think they'll even let you go into A&P without that previous experience, because it is so much more in depth. And there definitely are some topics that we've talked about so far in the class that are a lot more deeper, or completely different than what you would find in a regular bio class. And that's just one of the hard things about the course, and I think I'm planning on doing a whole nother video about anatomy and physiology class later on when I've finished both semesters and I have a better idea of my tips and tricks, because everyone is a little different, and yeah, that's a whole nother discussion in and of itself. So coming into college is very different. I mean, of course it was exciting, and I was excited to meet new friends and maybe meet some new boys and make new connections and join a club, and there's a lot of opportunities in college. Whether you have a college that promotes a lot of those opportunities or not, they're out there and they're easy to find. So it's very exciting, and you just got to make sure that you plug yourself into the right spots, because if you're focused on your own world, just studying all the time, especially as a nursing student, then it is easy to not make the friendships that you need or the connections that you want. So it's still very important to have that social aspect while giving yourself enough time to study. And that's one thing about nursing that you really need to know going into it, is that it takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication, and you can't go into it for anybody else except yourself, because it takes a lot of effort and a lot of self-motivation to get to that place. It's your dream and your goal and what you want to do with your life, and if you don't believe in it, then you're not going to succeed. So you have to make sure that you internally believe in what you're doing in order to succeed in this field, succeed through school, because it's a lot of work. So don't let that scare you, because I know for a period of time I let it scare me, but if you're able to overcome that initial hurdle, then all it is exciting. Because even though right now for me it's a lot of work, I'm looking a year into the future, I'm going to be in clinicals, I'm going to be doing the things I really want to do in the labs that I'm really excited to do and learn. So it's just a matter of keeping the big picture in mind and not being afraid of the work that comes with reaching for your dreams. And I think that's one really good life lesson, is that just no good things happen in life without hard work. If you have big dreams, you're going to have to work extra hard, and you shouldn't be afraid of that. You should just let it motivate you more. So first semester of my freshman year, just one semester ago, I came in and I was really kind of going off of stress a lot, because I knew that the program at my school is very competitive to get into, and so I kind of came out kicking, which really helped me in the long run. I ended my first semester really strong, and it's given me the confidence that I need to move forward and help me realize that, I think this is really what I want to be doing and this is what I want to go into, so it gives me that confidence. But I really did have a lot of stress that first semester coming in, especially not just the difference, complete, 360 change in my lifestyle, but also like my study style and my friends, and just everything else was so different, and I really just wanted to make sure that I didn't let those changes ruin my chances at all. So I studied a lot, especially for anatomy. The only classes that I really had to focus on were Gen Chem and anatomy, but I spent most of my time on those, and because of that I ended up with an A in anatomy for my first semester. So looking at this semester now, I still study a bunch, I don't know if I study quite the quantity as I did last semester, but it's been a little more quality, and I think that's because I'm less afraid, I'm less fearful, I have more of a stable understanding of what anatomy is. But that was definitely one thing that I knew I had to get a good grade in. It's definitely important to talk to the academic advisors about the nursing program that you're applying for, because at my particular school, they specifically look at your A&P grade to help determine whether you're going to get into the nursing school or not. So they not only look at your GPA and your HESI score, but they'll look at that specific grade. So there came a point last semester where I had to either focus my time towards anatomy or chemistry to get that A, because I was like right on the edge with both of them, and I ended up pouring more of my energy into anatomy, which in the end paid off because that's the one that matters more. So even though I did just end up with a B in chemistry, like, it was still solid and it didn't hurt my GPA or anything. But I'm glad I made that decision, because you just have to prioritize a lot. So in high school, not only did I take those AP and concurrent enrollment classes, which really helped me, I was also involved in a lot of extracurricular, like choir, and I played lacrosse and I ran cross country, and they boost your chances on getting into a college, but they also boost your chances on getting scholarships. So even now, going into my sophomore year, I'm able to take those experiences that I had from high school and apply them towards scholarships that I can get for next year, whether they be like leadership positions or just extracurricular stuff. So it definitely helps. So the work that you do in high school isn't for nothing, and it will carry over, and it will continue to carry over into your future college career. Another reason to focus on the extracurricular in high school is because not only will it give you that experience, but it'll help you understand yourself better. So I know through some of those leadership positions, I realized more things about myself, and that kind of helped me make a better conclusion about what I wanted to do with my future career. So I just want to encourage all of those of you who are still in high school, if you're working hard, just like keep working hard, because it's going to pay off in the end. So second semester so far is harder for me. It just depends what kind of classes you've taken in high school, probably that'll make your first or second semester harder or easier of nursing school. However, your school puts it, organizes it, because my school has a 4 and a 5 year program, so I chose the 4-year program based off a couple credentials, and I mean, it's hard, it's a lot of work, it's fast paced. So the second semester is harder because I am taking more classes that require more attention, but it's also a little easier in that I know how to navigate it better, and I have 2 of the same professors as I did last semester for both anatomy and chemistry, so I know how to navigate their classes, and I'm not afraid to talk to them, and I'm just a little more confident in myself, but I'm doing a lot more. So I'm also the unofficial president of our up-and-coming a cappella club, which takes three nights of my week up, on top of having to come up with songs and do other outside work for that. I mean, it takes as much work as you're willing to put into it, but that does factor into my time priorities. I'm also working a second job on campus now, just trying to get some variety from my first job that I've had since last semester. So it's different in ways. For me, the second semester has been better. I have more friends this semester, because last semester I didn't really know who my friends were. I mostly have the same friends, just my focus on who I spend my time with has shifted, but that's definitely been one thing that's been, I think, hardest about college, is not just being without my family and without my mom, honestly. But I had such a close group of friends in high school, and then having to come to college and just start all over, it's hard. It takes time to find friends, and that's another thing about college, is if you don't find friends right away, that's okay. You also have to be a little more proactive about your friendships, because in high school, you show up to class and you see these people every single day, or every other day, depending on how your schedule is. But in college, you might not have any classes with your friends, and you might have to go out of your way to invite them to go do things, and if you don't really make that effort, then it doesn't really just happen. So that's one thing just to be aware of. And if you find somebody in college that you like and you're like, wow, this is a cool person, I want to be friends with them, then you kind of have to be proactive about it. So that's my college journey so far. I'm starting to prepare to take the HESI in the summer, early summer, and then hopefully I can get into this nursing program here. And it's definitely, after the spring break, is going to be full sprint as hard as I can, just putting in every effort I can to make my dreams come true. This is a very critical semester, and it's really stressful, but I think I've laid down a good groundwork for myself. So I'm excited to see where it goes, and I'm excited for the rest of college, and it seems like it's been going on forever, but at the same time it feels like it's gone by really fast. So just make sure that you cherish the good times, and know that the hard study times, they come and go. It comes in waves, so just enjoy it while it lasts, because it's not going to last forever, the good and the bad, which is a good thing about life. I hope that this wasn't too painful to watch. It probably is. So at least I got something down, so we'll see how it goes in the future. So anyways, if you watched this, I'm sorry.